Why are the statues being wrapped up?
Well, Lviv is a city with historical heritage. It has over 50% of Ukrainian UNESCO heritage. These are churches, buildings of Renaissance style of 16th century, beautiful statues, fountains. So in case of any kind of shelling, and the last shelling was just 2 days ago, 70 kilometers away from Lviv, we could even hear it at night time. So in case of any kind of invasion or shelling, this all beautiful heritage can be damaged. That's why the city protects the statues, closes the windows with stained glass to preserve the heritage for future generations. Lviv was besieged for more than 300 times. It survived 6 governments, and it almost was not destroyed through the wars, besides the Jewish part of the heritage, of course. The synagogues were being destroyed during World War II. A few buildings were damaged, the passage, the post office, the railway station, but generally the city survived all the wars.
Until now, and
Until
you're very
now.
worried.
We are worried. This is a kind of foliage which is closing stained glass. Because it can be damaged, and it's a very valuable one.
I see people walking around and it looks like life is normal here. This stands out, that there is a war on your doorstep.
Well, war is already everywhere. It's in the air, and Lviv is a big locomotive in sense of help, with volunteers, with humanitarian help. And during 8 years of war, which started after annexation of the Crimea in 2014, we were always contributing to support the East. There were a lot of volunteers from here, soldiers from the west of Ukraine that are very patriotic, that would go to the East to defend. So nevertheless, we don't have daily explosions here, and people are luckily not killed in Lviv. We have this whole empathy and compassion, and all this feeling of war is everywhere, in every corner of Ukraine.
Lviv is a cultural capital of Ukraine, and I'm wondering, along with the fear, is there also anger that these treasures could be lost?
People are desperate, and they do not understand what kind of vandal you have to be, what kind of cruel creature you have to be killing kids, to be killing people who are staying in a queue to buy bread, to be killing a family who is escaping to the West. I have no words to explain. It's very painful. Yeah, heritage, of course, it's something that for Lviv is so important. It's not only Lviv heritage. Lviv was one of 5 pearls of Austro-Hungarian Empire. After Vienna, Prague, Budapest, it was number 4 city called Lemberg. So it has really European heritage, not just Ukrainian. That's why since 1998 we are on UNESCO heritage list. And all this historical part with Rynok Square and 4 quarters around that. This is one of the quarters, it's Roman Catholic quarter. That's why we have here Latin or Roman Catholic Cathedral. It's of greatest historical and architectural value for the whole world, as it was recognized by UNESCO.
And if it was lost, if it was bombed?
You know, like destroying those who destroy the past, they have no future. You know, it's like forgetting about your grandparents, about your ancestors. These are your roots. This is where you come from. People here are praying. Every day people are praying, not only on Sundays. A lot of warriors are being brought to Garrison Church for the service, and they are buried in our famous cemetery. People are paying tribute. Sometimes the warriors are seen off when people are staying on their knees, so they show their gratitude. Because we are alive here, we have here peace, we sleep, nevertheless there are sirens every night in Lviv. We sleep, we eat, we have still more or less peaceful skies. Look what's happening in Kiev, and what they did in Kharkiv and Mariupol. I think, unfortunately, this generation that will survive the war, and we will not only survive, we will win this war, because God is with us. And we will not give away our land, a piece of our land. So this generation that grows up with the war, they will not be able to forgive all these atrocities.